Are back with the Sports View, and thank you again for tuning in. Before we went to break, we got a chance to talk to the lovely here, Mr. Mark Oliphant.
Lovely.
The lovely Mr. I'm just giving you a lovely because you're lovely right now. No, dark and lovely. Let's say that. Is that better?
Okay.
Okay. I
Too funny, but you know, all right.
It's okay. But we got a chance to talk to Mark Oliphant. He actually is an artist. When I say artist, I mean theater, I mean acting, I mean singing, dancing, the whole nine. A whole well-rounded guy. So we got a little bit information about that. We got to touch on how you got started,
Okay.
you know, growing up in the church, being
Right.
from Augusta, the whole nine. So now, you know, we want to talk to you a little bit about the movies you've been in, what you're doing currently now,
Okay.
and, you know, kind of bring us up to speed, bring us to 2010, what's going on with Mr. Mark Oliphant.
Okay, I will. I've been fortunate enough to work in a number of productions, especially here in the Atlanta area, such as the ones that's coming up, such as For Color Girls with
okay.
Tyler Perry. I was very fortunate enough to be in the scene with Whoopi Goldberg.
Wow.
And I believe that's coming out December or January, something like that. And also I just appeared in a ABC drama series that was filmed here called Detroit 187, which aired mid-September.
Right.
And I already mentioned the play, the local play production I'm going to appear in. And also, I do work not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera too. I oftentimes am called on to be like a casting assistant, casting consultant with Extras Casting Atlanta. What's up, Patrick? He just gave you a shout out.
That's why we
You know,
call you
you
the
know.
artist,
You
because
got that
So,
shout out.
so it's good to know many aspects of the business.
Definitely.
You know, not always just one slice of the pie, but try to learn about all aspects of it as possible, because it's great opportunity, and that's why I got into this business more so for opportunity rather than the money, because there's
Right.
many ways you can make money.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there's many
And in
ways.
our last segment, we was talking with Walk This Way Productions about that, about being not just in front of the camera, but behind the camera. Because we were saying a lot of kids, if they see it on TV, whatever, they just feel like in front of the camera is what's it. But there's so much different opportunities behind the camera,
Yes.
and to learn the whole business. And that's why we call you artists, because now that we know that, you're definitely an artist, because you know, you could probably just run your whole production company by yourself, because you know all aspects in front. You know, you could write the songs, do the dance
Right.
moves, the voiceover, but
Okay.
definitely. So let's go ahead and talk about, I mean, you say you work with Whoopi Goldberg. How was that?
Oh, she is a lovely sister. She's a lovely sister, very warm, very approachable and friendly.
Do you ever get starstruck?
Years ago.
Years ago.
Years ago, when I was in college, I'll admit I was. But what drew me away from it was one of the first areas of work that I've done. Actually, my degree is in communication, so
Okay.
I was a journalist. I've been a
Okay.
journalist and writer for a long time. So I got to personally had the opportunity to get to know a lot of celebrities by being a entertainment freelance writer. I've interviewed a number of people, of course, Ice Cube, Karen White, El DeBarge, and Danny Glover, and Tate Six, and so forth, and late great Grover Washington Jr. That was one of the most rewarding and memorable interviews I've had, and I would say that, excuse me, I would say being interviewed by interviewing them, I use that as an opportunity for me to learn the business myself.
Wow.
So
Absolutely.
I was able to pick their brains about what they've been through. Of course, Dougie Fresh, I had a chance to meet him as well and speak with him and learn the business from them, their experience. If they got burned, they told me what happened, how they got burned. So I know what steps not to take when I dip into the ocean myself.
So why don't you go ahead and elaborate on that to the young upcoming artists about, you know, where should they start? Some things they should look out for. It's not all about just being in front of the camera, the money. What kind of advice would you give to the young artists coming out?
I would say read about the business, the Bible of the industry. One of them is called all about the business of music. If music's your thing, attend acting classes, but be very selective about what acting classes you choose to take. Like if you are ever to go interview for a job, they check your the company checks your your references, what check their references, see who have they,
Right.
who has gone through their school.
Okay.
And because if you never heard of them, chances are and also take a look at how much they're charging you.
To do the classes.
Right, to do the
Right.
classes, because there's a lot of opportunistic bloodsuckers out there
Right.
that will charge you so much money, too much money, and teach you everything wrong.
Wow.
You know, the key thing that I would tell people who want to get into acting is to learn co-reading, learn how to do monologues, and learn the protocol for auditions.
So co-reading, what is that?
Co-reading is nothing more than doing a script read for an audition.
Okay.
They give you a script, give you a
Right.
few lines, they give you a few minutes. They give you a few minutes to learn those lines and not so much memorize it, but act it out. Because when you do an audition, you want the casting director to feel you.
Right.
Because you can say all the words right, and
they don't feel
they
you.
don't feel you.
Okay.
You sound monotonous, like, you know, Jane Doe said such and such, such and such. But Jane Doe said such and
See,
such.
this is why we was.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
you want to make
You
them
gotta
feel
make-
you.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So, so that's some of the that's some key things that I've learned personally
Okay.
in my career, and I share with the young people.
Okay.
But find mentors, and that doesn't always have to be in front of the camera. There's great opportunity for like graphic artists, directors, sound people. I mean, and there's great opportunities here in Atlanta. So I will also say try to pursue, if you have the time, to be an extra in a film or television project around town. That way you can be exposed
Right.
to everything that's going on.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It was a blessing to have you here.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a blessing to be invited.
And of course, Mr. Mark Oliphant, this phase, you will see him more and more. I mean, he's all over. He is an artist. When I mean he's in front of the camera, he's also behind the camera. And take heed to his words, because it's not just in front of the camera, ladies and gentlemen, young kids that's coming up. Behind the camera is also, there's great opportunities out there for you. My name is Delsey D. This is the SportsView.
And I'm Jazz, and we'd like to thank you guys again for tuning in. Mr. Mark, thank you so much.
Thank you once again.
A blessing as it has been. And we want to thank you guys for watching, and make sure you follow us on Twitter at ASV TV Network. We'll be right back.